So for today's video, I thought I would show a couple of hikes I went on with these guys, and we wanted to pose the question, is it a good idea to take your kids with you if you go on dangerous hikes or long hikes? Because it seems like it would be fun to take your kids, but are they gonna, you don't want to threaten death with them.
School, it's so cute.
And
This is like 4 months ago, and Gracie is like a foot shorter.
yeah.
What grade were you in?
Cool.
6.
Okay, so if there's a rope,
We are hiking down
I
the
was so careful.
to
I'm all
Wailoa
the way
Falls
up
through a
there.
trail. They said, "Don't take it. It's too dangerous. It's too muddy and it's so
Oh,
scary."
they were trying to give us tours.
Do you,
Yes.
do you remember the people taking tours that they were charging money?
Like $20, and we could take you down this trail. I have an idea. We'll sneak around them and just hike down it. So we did.
You can lean forward a little bit so you can.
I like
so
those
you-
shorts.
Yeah. So they had that rope. Remember they had that rope set up.
German Mockingjay.
How long did they say it would take to get down there?
It would say a half an hour to
Uh-huh.
an hour.
And how long did it take us?
About 10 minutes
It's
to
pretty-
get down and back.
Maybe, yeah, because it took us like 5 minutes to get
Yeah.
down, and then we like selfie timed from there.
It was it was muddy though. You remember the mud?
Yeah.
If only I did my hair.
Crazy.
Sitting out on the peak for a perfect photo.
A lot of times you see waterfalls, you can hike below them relatively quickly, and you should try. Did you guys find that to be dangerous at all?
No, but we hiked around there, around the back of the waterfall. There's people swimming back there, and there's kind of a cool little dip back into the rock.
Do you remember who wanted to go swimming?
I did.
Yes, you did.
And I did go in the water, but
Jacob's a bit of a water dog.
Go ahead, Grace.
I remember those shorts.
Jacob,
they had a
don't go
rip.
too far because I want to stay behind everybody, okay?
You guys can notice the rip in the butt.
Grace, you did your hair there. How do you feel about that?
It's messy.
Do you remember tying it up like that?
No.
Do you remember this being difficult going up or treacherous or in any way
Well,
like...
I think I was being too careful because I felt like I was gonna trip coming down, but going up was a lot easier.
Did you feel like you needed to be extra careful since at the top they were saying that there's no way down and it's dangerous and you shouldn't go and they charge for tours?
Not really. I was just kind of afraid because of the mud. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so moist.
Remember,
Well, since
remember the
there's-
exit?
Oh yeah. There's no way in. We just had to crawl. We're like, how do we get in? I'm like, hey, look, a hole. Looks like a dog made it. So we crawled through there. And Uncle, he had to climb over the fence because he could not fit.
I kind of wanted to climb over the fence. At
Yeah.
the time, I didn't really care about mud.
I think I went around.
Yeah.
This is Waimea Canyon
Yes.
or the Little Grand Canyon. For my money, it's just as beautiful though.
Really windy.
That looks dangerous.
I like to do dangerous things.
Yeah. You might not look like it, but it's like 100-foot drop before it starts hitting normal height.
This is even more.
That looks so fun to me.
It's Waimea Canyon.
This is Hawaii for you.
Is Jacob like...
I don't want my dad to die. I'm like, no! 'Cause I thought about him dying, and then I started like crying inside, so I just pulled him away.
This is on the way to...
payday.
What's that viewpoint called on that side of the... What's that side of the island called?
It's the west side.
I know, but isn't there a name for this particular...
We don't really know the hikes. We just lived there for like a year or so.
Well, I can start naming off random names. I was like
The piggy?
the boars.
Do you... Let me ask you about the pigs, Jacob. Or Grace. Did you
Boars.
ever... When I was there, did you ever jump the fence and go on the pig side of the property?
Probably.
I did.
Did you feel that that was safe or dangerous?
No, because I was horrified. We ran down it. It's a cow farm. There's wild boars that live in the brush.
Feed off that.
And I found this old collar next to bones of a cat.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you like the danger?
Yeah, most of the time I do because it's like exciting, and on dangerous hikes, there's always cool things to look up at the top, like Mount St. Helens. That was fun. It was very dangerous, but it was a cool thing to see the crater that was like 2 miles wide and smoke coming out and the ash falling. It was really cool.
Do you remember the wind up there? And remember, we didn't bring the right gear, and we were a little bit
You're
cold.
in shorts and a t-shirt. It was 9 degrees, and I was on the ground in a ball trying
So
up in
here's
the
all
snow
about the
mound about that
expedition.
big, trying to
And she's very windy.
freeze to death.
When we got to the top, how far is it down if you slip?
She's not. How do you feel?
Miles, or like 3 or 4 miles down
Yeah.
before you start to hit lava.
The crater's a couple thousand feet in there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very nice.
And the bees.
Do you remember what we were looking for out here?
Yep, we were looking for ice caves.
And did we find them?
Yes.
Which is what this video is supposed to be about. Was this dangerous doing this, Jacob?
Yes, that was about to collapse above.
How do you feel about it when I let you do stuff? When I'm like, go ahead under there by yourself. How do you feel? Do you feel like a good?
Icy cold because it's cold in there.
I mean, do you feel like I've given you a fair amount of responsibility, and you feel
You've
like I
given
need-
me an option, and I always take it because it's fun.
Okay, here's
See,
this.
I'm glad I'm growing up.
Do you remember how deep the snow was?
Yes.
Was it fun to step in snow
I
like
also
that?
remember to wear my sister's coat, my sister's, I think beanie because I couldn't find my coat.
Why couldn't you have just called it a hat, Jacob?
Hat.
That's
You were
right.
fourth
Jacob wore his sister's clothes because he's sort of into that phase right now.
No, it's because I couldn't find my jacket. And then my sister's like,
And
I
then
don't-
after this, I grew out my hair.
Do you remember getting snow in your shoes, and was that comfortable, or did you feel in
Oh
danger?
yeah, no. Once you get snow in your shoes, it's
It's
like
over.
not a fun hike.
Has it ever happened to you, Lily, when you're hiking, you get like snow in your boots or
off
something?
that cliff right there, it's like
Yeah.
1,000 feet down. Or like 200.
Yes. How? There's a cliff here.
I'll stay away from the edge, please.
I don't think it shows that you don't have the camera.
I do.
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
There's the cliff. How far down was that, Grace?
I don't know.
How far down does it look, Lily?
It looks
It
like
looks like 300.
It's very far.
300 what?
Would you have,
300
Grace? Would you have died if you fall?
Yes. Probably.
Then why didn't you
Because it's
fall?
rocks. Because I knew not to.
Kids know not to fall. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was more of a question.
Oh, do you remember the very end of the hike though? Grace and Jacob did this on their own. I didn't ask them to. They just laid down and were like, "We're done."
Yeah, we were so tired, and Grace and I were looking at the star, at the clouds. We're like, look at that cloud. You remember how tired we were?
You guys were exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, that was at the second peak though, because we were kind of annoyed of like.
Is it? And I'll ask each of you. I'll pose this as a question. Do you think it's a good idea for a person to take their kids with them on dangerous hikes? So I'm going to ask Grace first because you've gone on a few hikes where it's been snowy and cold and you've been on the edge of cliffs. Did you ever feel endangered?
Not really. I mean, I kind of wanted to go home because like there's not necessarily better things I could be doing, but I didn't like the fact that it was like semi survival in a way. Like I just want to get back to my comfort zone.
So it's fine. It's a good though that if you take your kids, they may not like it just because they're going to get bored and they're on the edge of survival, which is something that us old people we have to spice our lives up, and you don't because you have plenty of fun things to do. Lily, what about you? Do you go like skiing or going off a double black diamond, and it's scary? Do you feel that that's too much responsibility for you, or how do you handle that?
I don't know. It's not too much responsibility.
Do you ever feel scared?
No, sometimes. When it's a long double black, it scares me. But
Do you ever feel pressure if you're with your family? Do you ever feel pressure to go along and do something that you may not want to do because it's too hard or too cold?
all the time.
All the time? Fair enough. I'm being a little honest. She's being a little bit honest over here for us. So, my opinion is, after having taken Jacob on quite a few hikes and taken Lily on some hikes around here, and I know she likes to go on a lot of hikes, and Grace by force sometimes, is that your kids will have an opinion, but I think that sometimes you need to be careful of the danger that you put your kids in. Maybe sometimes not a great idea. However, these guys, not my kids. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.
Wait, is there like a book right here?
Oh my goodness. Look how big it is.
Holy cow.
Look the whole time.
You're not gonna post it, are you?
There's no booger.
There's nothing. We'll be fine here.
Okay, you guys are done.
I like realized.
There's like a
And Grace has gone with us, and Lily's gone with us, and we've got up on some pretty serious hikes, which, as we're discussing this, we'll show you those hikes. Are you miming over here?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start again. He's over here doing, like...
Yeah, you're explaining it while you talk.
Yeah. Well, don't.